Hi, I'm Dr. Sean Kilday. I'm the chairman of the Department of Communication and Journalism. And I would say my biggest regret from college is if I ran into problems in my class, not communicating that to my professors. I think when I was younger, I thought, well, they're teachers and I'm a student, and there was a little bit of being nervous or being afraid. And that's all really unnecessary, especially at the college level. You are an adult, and if you have a problem, you should come talk to your professor, and they will help you in every way they can. It doesn't mean you don't have to do any work and then you show up and they'll fix it. It just means if you're having problems, you should go see them and see them as early as possible.
Hi, my name is Dr. Allison Haas, and I teach in the Department of Communication and Journalism. I teach courses in public relations, and I also teach in our Master in Business Communication program. My advice for you is to get involved on campus. There's a lot of great activities, from things in our department like the Public Relations Student Society of America to activities outside of our department that you can get involved with. The theater, you can get involved in some of the productions on campus. You can join associations outside of your major. They're great opportunities to meet people, and they're also great things to build your resume.
Hi, I'm Dr. David Dewberry, and I'm a professor here at Rider in the Department of Communication and Journalism. I'll teach classes from speech all the way up to senior seminar and even some of the graduate courses if you get into that program. But today I just wanted to tell you about some of my experiences, the dumbest thing I actually ever did, or one of the dumbest things I ever did as an undergrad, and hopefully you can learn from some things I did. As an undergrad, especially as a freshman in my first semester, I got into a really nasty habit of skipping class a lot. I got this idea that if I was going to be late, even 2 minutes late or even 5 minutes late or something like that, or even if I was going to be rushed to class and I would come in right as class started, I just wouldn't go to class. I felt that I could do okay by missing class. I could keep up on the readings and do my work and things like that. But I missed a lot of class, almost to the point where the professor in my English literature class, my composition course, pulled me aside one day and said, you miss a lot of class. And I said, yeah, and I explained, why I did it, which is kind of just what I mentioned. I just had this idea that if I was going to be late, I just wouldn't go. And she said, you really should just show up. It's important to show up regardless of, attendance or anything like that. Just show up, because showing up, you're going to be exposed to the information you need and things like that. And so I kind of flippantly said at the end of that when she was explaining it, because I knew she was trying to be nice, I said, what if I come in and there's only like 10 minutes left in class? And she just looked at me like, seriously? Come on. Well, 2 days later when the class met again, I woke up late with only 10 minutes left to class. So I raced to class and I walked in and I sat down with 10 minutes left in class, and she just glared at me, and that did not feel good. So since then, I tried to fix that, showed up to every class. I missed a few classes, I'm not going to lie, here and there. But I broke that mentality of showing up when I needed to. And I hope you can learn from that.
Hi, my name is Professor Jackie Incalingo. I teach journalism and writing, and I'm also the advisor for the Rider News student newspaper. So when I was a college student, I was super focused on getting through courses in a double major and also my role in extracurriculars on campus. And the one thing I really regret doing is not looking at all the classes that were offered and deciding to take something on a whim that I had never taken before, just taking something for fun out of my majors. There was a class on a Faulkner novel, a whole course spent on one book. And in retrospect, I really wish I had taken that course.
Hi, I'm Dr. A.J. Moore. I teach public relations and sports media along with event planning at Rider University. The biggest mistake I made as an undergraduate college student was not taking Spanish as a class too seriously. I had to take a couple mandatory sessions, couple semesters of taking Spanish, and I never took it seriously. I just thought I could blow by it. And now, 20-some years later, I look back and wish I knew Spanish a little bit more. I was more versed in the language. I think it is a skill that is extremely important for any worker, any employee today, is to be as multilingual as possible, as flexible with language as possible. And I think I could have been there if I took it more serious as a college undergraduate student.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy Winsek, and I teach public relations courses. The biggest mistake I made when I was a freshman in college was not attending my classes. One class in particular was my math class. I decided Friday at 8:30 was just too early to go. So what happened? I failed the class. My advice, go to class, study hard, and participate.
So my name is Dr. Bosa Ibo. I'm the professor Department of Communication and Journalism. The biggest mistake I made as an undergraduate, I made many of them, many mistakes, but the biggest one I think was that I did not take advantage of advising. I did not use my advisor. I did not meet with my advisor many times. And I think the idea that I was young, but the idea was that I felt that I knew everything. I was ready for college. I didn't need anybody's help, and I can manage my life. I can manage everything. Well, that was a big mistake, as I realized later. And thank God I kind of realized that a little. It wasn't too late. I was able to kind of fix it. But I think that working with my advisor was the best thing that I needed to do. My advisor kind of guided me, helped me plan my schedule, sort of plan my career, plan my professional goals. And so, and for me, it's very, very important to work with someone. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you. They're there to guide you, advise you, make sure you're doing the right thing, you're taking the right courses, and you're planning your career. You're doing things you're supposed to do for your major and for your minor. And so for me, that was really something that I learned the hard way. But as I said, I was able to learn a little earlier. I have to do that, and I was able to fix that. But I think that was a big mistake.
Hi, I'm Dr. Barry Janes. Let's see, my biggest regret, the biggest problem I had in college when I first got there was not talking to my professors. I had a history course that I was expected to write this very first paper, my very first college paper. And one of the things I did was that I went to a main source that I found in the library, probably you'd find it online, and I essentially just rewrote this piece. I didn't plagiarize. I knew enough not to sort of just copy and paste all the information, but I used one source to write my first history paper. And I can remember getting an F on it, my very first college paper. What was good about it is that the professor contacted me. Instead of just giving me the F grade, he gave me the opportunity to rewrite it. I realized then that if I'd gone to the professor at the very beginning and just asked them, I had never written a paper before, I'd never done anything like this before, and just to get some pointers, I probably could have cleared it up and wouldn't have had so much angst at receiving an F. So talk to your professors if you can. We're not bad people.